So we've got these new knives at work. Here's the thing. They call them safety knives. They're really not. Everybody always seems to think that as soon as you put safety in front of something, it's going to make it magically more safe. No. If you look at anything, if you observe people around you, if you've spent any time in the world, you'll realize as soon as you put safety in front of something, it becomes infinitely more dangerous. There's this wonderful, wonderful way that people tend to look at things and go, oh, it's safe, I can't get hurt. They take their attention off of it. It's no longer an implement of danger. So with these safety knives, people are going to get hurt. And they're going to be wondering why. Apparently there's $30,000 worth of medical claims for regular X-Acto knives per year across the company. And while that sounds terrible, keep in mind, there's 300 stores across the country. So all of a sudden, that puts it down to $1,000 per store per year. That's really not that bad of medical costs. That's maybe, 2 people per year? I don't see what the big problem is. Now, you gotta remember, everything that you do has a consequence. And every single iota of concentration that you take off of whatever task you have, or whatever tool you're using, will have a consequence. If you are working with a knife and you don't give it the necessary concentration, if you don't actually treat it as the tool of pain that it is, there will be consequences. If you can't figure that out, you don't deserve to carry a pointy stick. You can still hurt yourself with that if you actually try, even if you don't try. So yeah, consequences. Look out in the world around you. They're all over the place. Single mothers at 16. Well, consequences. You weren't paying attention. You weren't, it just didn't work out for you maybe. I don't know. All those lovely car crashes. You weren't paying attention. This is a consequence of you not paying attention. Don't complain about getting a speeding ticket because you weren't aware of your speed. Pay more attention. Maybe it'll help. And don't complain about crooked politicians getting in, or big companies pulling the wool over your eyes. Guess what? It happens to everybody. We have so much information around us. We have so many things that we can research, that we can look into. And there's so many ways to get these people out. But nobody seems to really look at it or care. They just bitch and complain and whine. Geez, I wonder why we're in such a shit pile right now. With all the information that we have, and we're still no better off than we were 100 years ago. That kind of comes down to a lack of knowledge and wisdom. Or really a combination of the two. We have knowledge, but no wisdom. Huh. Isn't that strange? We have knowledge but no wisdom. Shouldn't that be fine? We know more than we ever did. Just about everybody carries a device in their pocket that has more information and has access to more information than the entire store of human knowledge combined 100 years ago. If somebody from 200 years ago ever saw one of us walking around with this magical device, well, they'd be quite perplexed. They wouldn't be able to understand it. I'm sure you've heard all of this before. It floats around on the internet. My point is, we need to actually exercise a little bit of wisdom with what we gather. The knowledge we have is not meant for our sole use in the internet. We can't just go around saying all of these witty things and then expecting, something to just happen. You have to exercise your will on the world around you. But you have to know when to do it too. There's all sorts of questions that you need to ask. There's all sorts of answers that you need to seek. And even if you don't know what the question is that to ask, sooner or later you'll find out if you just keep asking questions. Politics right now is kind of ridiculous. Everybody seems to always go by the face, by the name. Oh, he's done this for a while, he must know what he's doing. I like that name, it sounds very white. Why can't so-and-so get in? He looks very smart. Must be a businessman, right? People need to do more research about the people they elect. They need to actually dig rather than looking at the surface. Guess what? We all hate them. But nobody seems to understand that everything that's going wrong right now is entirely our fault. Even with the economy, it's our fault. We're not following what's going on. We're not understanding what we're seeing. And I'm sure there is a certain amount of ignorance as well on our part, because who really understands everything about the economy? Fluid markets, everything changing because a single little iota of data has been different. Just once, in a blue moon, but now everything's different. Go figure. Well, what did it? Well, I don't know. I'm not an economist. I can't tell you exactly what it is, or what happened, or why so-and-so did X with Y. Well, you figure it out. Or I can lay an outline for you. See, the way I figure it, we really need to look at our banking system. Right now, the whole global economy is based on a banking system that is so corrupt and so powerful that they can do anything that they want. Well, I don't know. Autocracies can work, but only if the people at the top have the best interests of the people underneath in mind. These banksters don't. Remember the Rothschild family? They're the wealthiest family in the world right now. They are quite literally the rulers of the world. And if you don't believe me, look at what they own. And if you can't find anything, or you can't find much, look at what those companies own. And then what those companies own. And follow the line. Trace it back far enough, and they've got their fingers in everything. The Rothschilds even dabble in politics, though never with anything really approaching the public spectacle of, say, the Kennedys or the Bushes or, well, really any of those people. I don't know. We really need to exercise more wisdom with our knowledge. That's all I'm trying to say. Pay attention. Don't be blind. Really think about your decisions, because everything that you do has a consequence. Every person you elect will act on their own beliefs. They won't act on yours. And everything that you say can be used against you later. So, yeah, consequences. They're a beautiful thing. Sometimes, just on a completely personal and random note, I really wish that stupid had a consequence. Other than more stupid.